Hi, I'm Doug, and these are Wycliffe's words. If you're as much of a word nerd as I am, you've probably run across clever references to unpaired words. These are English words that have a negative form without having a corresponding positive form. Let me give you a few examples. George is always disgruntled, but his brother Bill is always gruntled. Bob is an inept carpenter, but he's a pretty ept bricklayer. Argon is an inert gas. Oxygen, on the other hand, is extremely ert. I've had it with feckless politicians. We need a candidate with more feck. He was a ruthless dictator. Fortunately, his son had more Ruth. All those phrases sound inane, insipid, and insidious, to share just a few more examples. Unless you're conversant in Middle English, that is, then at least one of them sounds perfectly natural. Luke records a great miracle in the 7th chapter of his gospel. Jesus is approaching the town of Nain, and he encounters a funeral procession. A widow has lost her only son. Not only has she lost a dear child, but as a widow in that society, she's lost her sole source of support and comfort in her old age. In one stroke, her future has been destroyed. Jesus stood at a distance and watched her wailing in grief. What was his response? Luke says he had Ruth on her. That's right. Jesus was not ruthless. He was full of Ruth. When you rue an action, you feel sorrow, regret, and sadness that it happened. But Ruth is just the ancient form of rue, and its pain and suffering came to include the sorrow one feels for another's suffering, not just one's own. You suffered with the other. That's the very definition of compassion, and we see it in Jesus again and again. The people who followed him like shepherdless sheep, he had Ruth on them. The hungry horde by the Sea of Galilee, I have Ruth on the people. When crowds brought him their sick, he had Ruth on them. And you, when you're lost and hurting and sick and hungry, he has Ruth on you as well. He has compassion. He suffers with you. He's known the pain you're going through, and he wants to help you get through it. He says, "Come to me, and I will give you rest." That's a marvelous promise, one that always leaves me dismayed, which I guess is a whole lot better than just being made. And those are Wycliffe's words. See you again next week.